Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mention. I've been asked to rest and relax today, but I thought I'd make a little video, a little message. Everything is moving really fast. There's going to be a complete decomposition of all those dark veil that's been applied for thousands of years upon humanity, and yet humanity will not make it out of this this ignorance, this program, without the assistance of the millions of star being or light being or galactic being or whenever. There are millions like you and me. We've incarnated on this planet to serve, to awaken humanity and assist them in their awakening. I wanted to rebound a little bit on what I said about yesterday about video game, where it's a huge business, and we don't just it's really no big deal either. Right? It's like there is a lot of quality for recreation and entertainment and education also in video games. But the thing is, the addiction to screen in general could create a disconnection from the physical realm. From the physical realm, we want to reach the astral. But if we're too much into the virtual world of this application world, it's like we go into a second dimension, something a lot of those controlling power are trying to robotize man, to digitalize man, to make them slave of some kind of complete. They don't even allow people to think for themselves, and so they will have to. They're going to lose all their powers within the realm of the rich and powerful. There are beings that are working for the light. Do not judge. A lot of them are not working for the highest good of all. It's actually, when the truth is going to come out, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a darkness beyond human understanding will be revealed in terms of the actions of certain groups or whatever. But they need to be forgiven, otherwise we get bound. We have the same karma as they. We are dragged into their karma to experience the karma with them. And so just trust the universe, trust God. Focus on love because in this world there's been a lot of power and control has been exercised by beings that have absolutely no love and no respect for the planet and for humanity and for all the kingdoms of this world. So it cannot last very long. Well, I was talking about that for video game. For it is completely forbidden for me, but it doesn't mean that for other people it could have value. For we need to be a spectator and an actor. So it's like we want to contemplate our thoughts, contemplate our emotion. But when our consciousness is exposed to something, we feel we have something to bring, some positive energy, or to send a violet fire, or to whatever. Then we act. We act either on astral plane from the energetic point of view, or we act on the physical realm. But the game is going to really change. It's going to be a lot more fun. Everything. I want to also answer a few questions I was asked in the French video about the quantum field, the source code, the perception of time, and the higher self. So I'm going to try to just bring a few ideas about those things. But what I would say is everything. The first Hermetic principle is that the universe is mental. Everything is created by the mind. The mind creates the body. The mind creates the emotion. The mind creates pain, suffering. But the mind, when it's associated with the higher mind, it becomes free. It creates joy. So we have to clear up our mind, to be clear in our mind. To have a lot of appreciation. We are being reconditioned for the personality is a divine eternal gift, in truth. But the personality that's dominated by the lower mind, the mortal mind, which is okay, it's acceptable. We accept it, we love it as well. I'm not saying we don't love it, but this ego mind personality will not create freedom. It's just the personality has to tune into the higher mind, the higher self, to allow the consciousness, either from the heart or from above, to integrate it and slowly but surely to elevate our mind. And our personality will continue. That's the one element we're going to keep eternally. The form will change, the consciousness will change, but the personality is something very mysterious in the universe. Our God, the first person, as the father of the eternal Son on paradise, God became the first and second and third person with the personality of the infinite spirit, and then the supreme, and all those are personal beings. If we're as personal beings, we can only communicate with other personal beings. We cannot communicate with super personal beings or non-personal beings. It's just not happening. So if God had to be a person for us to be able to commune and communicate. For personalities, God is the father of personality, and he rules the universe of universes through the circuits of personality. He wouldn't even need to have all the other ways that he knows all things just through that. And for him, there is only personality. Time and space do not exist. And so personality will eventually grow into soul personality, spirit personality, all the way to become a Godhead, to become that oneness with the source, with the creator. It would be pretty much an ultimate empowerment, the return to the source, the return to the source, the creator. And the observer of the day is trust. It's very much about trust, trusting this new life. And new life is before us. What we need to the highest wisdom is milk and honey, to enjoy it, think about the good life, and to think there is prosperity, good, a lot of wonderful things that we need to focus on, to accept that we deserve it, that we can receive it. For the earth, the elemental of the earth will continue to there's going to be the fire, the water, the air, and the earth are going to be activated. There's cleansing, and there's so much that needs to be cleansed, and those natural catastrophes are a way to accelerate the cleansing. But if you tune to your guidance, you will be led to pass through that without having to go to be harmed by any of that. I've been in hurricanes, I've been in big hurricanes, I've been in earthquakes. I've always been fine. I'm in LA, I was in earthquake. In Miami, I was in a hurricane. So it's like, because even if you, out of fear, you say, well, I want to move to the other side of the world, you may have a problem on the other side of the world. So it's all about being, listening to your heart and your guidance, and that will protect you through the process. What we need to understand is the solid foundation. Continue to silence self, be true, to be true to yourself, to follow your heart, the love, the wisdom, what you know to be good, and to have those values, to continue to cultivate, and not to allow. There is the separation of world that is the world where everybody was in the same world, and now it's like it's there, but those in 3D that will continue in this linear cycle of pain and suffering and chaos that their soul needs to go there. They're going to try to keep us there, and they're going to try to keep us there. So when in the future the timeline will separate, and then there will be no more dangers. They'll still be able to jump from 3D to 4, 5D, but we won't. Most people will be safe in this alignment of. But there still be psychological temptation, and all of the Matrix program is still trying to capture as many people into the acceptation of suffering and pain and slavery and all that. But a lot of things is changing. It's going so fast, even on the political stage. I don't know if you see what is going on, but a lot of resolutions are coming about. What we need to do is all that shine, is this big pile of gold. It's good, it's a good thing. Just do not be, is the facade also. There is the facade of things, what people see and perceive on the outside, and there is what's going on the inside. So no matter how much good there is on the outside that comes to you, never forget your connection to your creator, to your source, to the love, to your karmic responsibility, but appreciate that which is new that comes into your life. Appreciate the abundance. And the outcome will be imagination. Imagination is very powerful. Einstein thought it was more powerful than knowledge, because he knew that it's a good bridge towards what I want to talk about, the quantum state, the quantum field. Imagination is really is what we create. The Buddha Rizal explained the quantum field, or thousands of years ago. He said, what we think we become, what we feel we make real, what we imagine we create. So that is basically resumed the whole quantum field. He understood that. The quantum field is a non-linear process. It's like the fourth dimension, the realm of dream. It was basically explained in the material world by in the beginning of the 20th century by Niels Bohr, Max Planck, Einstein, Schrödinger. There was a scientist that was studying the behavior of particle, and they could prove materially that the consciousness of the observer was conditioning the experience of the particle. And so it is a responsibility of the person who observed to choose the path of the personality, and then after that they were able to determine that there was a predestination to the particle if they are not affected by consciousness. So the great key and question was that when Niels Bohr was saying, if you believe you understand the quantum field, this didn't mean you did not understand it. they were opening to new realm of consciousness, and so the so they realized that the particle have a different behavior when you look into the micro world than the physical material realm of what humans live, then the cosmic realm, like physics doesn't behave on the same way on this micro world, on this reality, or on the cosmic realm. Einstein was trying to find an equation that would align it all, the all within all, but it's actually just a matter of perception. There is no need to solve it. It is already solved. It is just we don't need to go through intellect and mathematics. When you go from the heart center and feeling, everything align and a resolution come, not in a way that you expected, but it's all one. It's just a matter of like function, because everything is controlled by a creator that attributed function and rules and laws to all things, and everything is like an eternal source that is unfolding. So the quantum realm is the realm of possibility, it's the realm of probability, or the realm of certainties. So it's just I'm just introducing that, giving my own perspective. There may be higher perspective, there may be lower perspective, I'm sure there's other perspective. I'm just trying to clear it up because I've been asked those questions. Then about the source code, it's about genetic. Within our genetic, we have a DNA, which is the central heart of the cell. It is our own program. We have trillions of cells within our physical body, but only one DNA, and so it's amazing how the same DNA create a cell of nail, or a cell of blood, or a cell of light intelligence in our brain. So it's like, but this DNA is been reduced a little bit. Imagine that you have those two strands. It's a huge stairway. So you just imagine it, visualize it and then you take it from the bottom. You bring light. You see it in your third eye, and then you climb this ladder, and you imagine there's a great central sun above. And then when you reach the sun, it becomes ecstatic when you climb your DNA, and you become. So this DNA is a double strand spiral, you and God. It's like, and then there is the RNA that's like a single strand that can communicate from the cell. It sends the communication of what the DNA expresses into the protein that's built what the cell needs for sustenance and regeneration. So eventually, this was revealed by a biologist named Georges Monod. Georges Monod, I think, in French it was called le hasard et la nécessité, random and necessity. The thing is, whatever he did not understand, he believed that there was within when he looked at the DNA, he said that 3% of the DNA was functional and everything was junk, everything else. It's just because he doesn't understand that there was not a function. For within our DNA, there is all kinds of codes and functions that are dormant. And so, and there is all of our past life. Sometimes you may meet somebody, you don't know why, you feel like you know this person before. It's because we met in the past life. And so within the DNA, there's all kinds of things, as the sun and the great central sun, as we breathe prana, as we continue to cultivate this sense of elevation of our consciousness, our DNA expands and memory are revealed. This akash, this memory. And within our DNA, there is black hole, there is white holes, there is blue holes, there is all kind. Our consciousness can penetrate to access memory, to access other dimension, to access other realm. For our DNA is a copy of the DNA of the Creator. It's got that much potential. So you are that which is in truth. So and the source codes are really what, when you say I am, that I am, you're remembering that where you come from, that there is this source code. You are the creator. Your origin is God, and you are the expression of God, and your destiny is to return to the source, to the creator, to God. Well, it's just one perspective. Like I say, I'm just trying to clarify that. Then the perception of time between 3D and 5D. It's also about quantum, moving to quantum time. Then we see the time is elastic. It is not fixed as we believe it to be. Or in 3D, for time and space is revealed to be both a gift of paradise. God created time and space so that the universes could be created for experiences and all of life that we know. So it's a gift. On the absolute condition of time is easy to understand. On paradise, the condition of time is absolute. It is eternal. But space does not exist on paradise. Space is a a function of paradise, does not have an absolute function, because it is the closest thing to the absolute than we can ever think. Space is the closest thing to the absolute, yet it will always remain a sub-absolute, because you can always add something to space. You can imagine if the universe was infinite. Even if it was infinite, you could still add one more planet, one more galaxy, one more. So there is a great deal of mystery, the true nature of the universal Father, the infinity of the Father will ever be able to be revealed through the process of cosmic unfoldment in the eternal future. As how will the infinity will be able to reveal itself in space? Since space will always be a sub-absolute. Essentially, how we perceive time and space is the motion of matter through space. It's time, what we call time, like the Earth that go around the sun, or turn around itself, go around the sun goes around Sirius goes around the Pleiades goes around the Sagittarius goes around the major sector goes around the center of the galaxy, and our galaxy goes around the central universe. Those are processions. So from a higher perspective, from the fifth dimension, there is no time. All the past doesn't exist. We are that which made all the past, since all our memories are being returned. And as we reach the sixth dimension, then we are able to perceive the potential of experience in time. So we can follow more than one timeline. We can experience, we connect to, there is a deep connection on a soul level. For the soul, then we're going to talk about the higher self. The higher self is our soul. It's an eternal being that is eternally connected to God, that's fragmented itself. And then the fragmented itself. And each fragment went to explore in different time, different space, different planets. And so there is all this great experience that each soul is involved in. And so that is a higher self. And so from a soul perspective, the sixth dimension is the ability to be consciously aware of following different timelines. Yet we need to integrate this unity consciousness in the fifth dimension before we access that, because we could be lost in the illusion of time, the illusion of others, the illusion that we have ourselves. So we can clear it up, and then we achieve the apex of our consciousness in the seventh dimension, the ascended master realm, the apex of our consciousness. And then we pass on the portal of infinity, and we reach another level of our higher self, which is the monad. The monad was a term invented by Leibniz, a philosopher. That's what he was, the attorney of God. He was a very spiritual person. He was against colonization. He was quite advanced in his teaching. I don't know much all about him, but so and then we all were created by group soul, the soul of group. And a part of, I don't know if the other member of my group soul, we're only 5 in this group soul, in my monad, we're only 5 beings, so I'm one of them. I don't know if the other member have incarnated on the planet. I'm not really sure, but I know that this energy on the 8th dimension is really guiding my life. I'm part of that energy, that cosmic energy, that collective consciousness that is guiding. And so I'm not trying to fight it. I'm trying to learn from it, to adapt to whatever flow they're providing. And then the 9th dimension aligns it with the divine plan, and we find the great light in the 10th dimension. We have many higher self, because our guides are celestial beings, our master guide, our pathfinder guide, our guardian angels, and many other guides. We have a contract with them, and every incarnation we make different contracts with different guides, or some of us may follow us longer, and they're here to guide us and to protect us and to make sure that whatever our soul has decided as planned, to make it happen, to assist. They're like support team. They're like very divine being. They will never judge us, no matter what our choice. Even if we refuse to follow the plan of the soul, our guides will always be there for us. And so they're really wonderful. I love my guides, and I thank them very much, and I thank you connect. We will be able to connect more and more with those consciousness. They will never be in judgment. But if you want help, if you want assistance with any of this, any aspect of life, the beloved master guide, please guide me into that. If it's something about the earth, beloved pathfinder guide, assist me with this thing on the earth. If it's romantic, beloved guardian angel, if you do not know the name of your guardian angel, please assist me with that. Angels are really here. They're not just limited to romantic relationships, but if you have a romantic question, it is the one to ask. And they will always seek to assist you in realizing your own divinity, your own connection to the Creator, to God. They will never interfere with your free will, and they will never overtake your power to do things for you when they think you're capable of achieving something. And so I hope this will answer the little question I've been asked about the quantum field, the source code, the perception of time, the difference between 3D and higher planes. For it's all about the procession, and time is eternal, but there are procession. It's like we're completing a 16 billion year cycle with the whole procession of the super universe. We're completing our star clouds is completing a complete cycle from the universe. We're completing a complete cycle the galaxy, and our star clouds our planet is there is all kinds of cycles that are coming into completion. That's why the whole universe of universes is preparing to shift. A super universe, maybe even beyond the whole grand universe, the whole 7 super universe of time and space, are benefiting from what's going on here and now, in this conversation even. Everything benefits to everything. Everyone is benefiting from everyone. So just focus on love. Protect yourself from all the negative things that may try to trap you, to bring you back down, and because the dark forces will not be here very long, but they still, until they're here, they will try what they can to keep you there, to keep you to continue to nourish themselves from this lower energy. But eventually we're going to nourish ourselves purely from love and light, and then nobody else can, no the astral entity can interfere with that process. Well, I'm finished with a song. I thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I thank you so much for your support. It's still very, very useful right now. And if you want a private session, you can get in touch. I had this song of Lou Reed from the Velvet Underground that went through my mind. It was called Sunday Morning, but I haven't had time to look for the words, so I will really like it. But some of the songs of this album, really love the music. It's part of my I grew up with so much of this music. In terms of spirituality, it's much more rock and roll. Huh? It's like could have. I don't want to have to think that although I like the music, it's the lyrics of the songs are kind of a bit dark, so but beautiful nevertheless. For the dark and the light, is like there's beauty in the dark and there's beauty in the light. It's just when we're trapped in the darkness, we feel really down, so it's just a matter of finding the balance to understand you are it all. And as you connect to your Creator, the God will, your higher self, they will show you the balance, the harmony, and it's coming more and more, and everything is being accelerated. So I'm finished with this song. It's a romantic song. It goes like this. What a difference a day makes, 24 little hours, brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain. My yesterday was blue, dear, today I'm part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear, since you said you were mine. Lord, what a difference a day makes. There's a rainbow before me. Skies above can't be stormy, since that moment of bliss, that thrilling kiss. It's heaven when you find romance on your menu. What a difference a day makes, and the difference is you. Nice song. Well, we are the difference. We make the difference, because to be here, we make a difference. Just never underestimate or undervalue the reality. Stay humble, but do not undervalue your power of being. We're here to assist humanity finding the freedom. They would never find their freedom alone. Even if we get rid, even if heaven remove all the dark forces, humanity is so used to this linear process. We have to just remind them of this potential of total peace, total joy. And it's happening. It will be happening. It's all accelerated. A lot of resolution are coming together on the Earth stage and on our personal life. So just stay confident, stay hopeful, stay optimist. I'm gonna pour. Did I pour some cards? I'm gonna pour some cards. Well, observer of the day is abundance. Continue to stay abundant. Freedom. For spirit is talking to me about freedom, and my I am presence is telling me that what my creator is reserving me in terms of freedom is utterly beyond even my wildest expectation. That I'm going to be provided a huge freedom, which will be which will be very greatly appreciated, and enjoyed and shared. So the highest wisdom is a solution. Forget the problems. Go to the solution. Go to the heart. Go to joy. Go to your infinity, and from there you will find the solution. What needs to be understood is the reward. The cause is the effect. Well, if we planted a lot of good seeds, we'll have a lot of good fruits. For those who have planted bad fruits, they will have to harvest those bad fruits. But it's not about that. It's not about reward. It is the cause and the effect. Whatever we harvest is what will grow. So. But there is great rewards for all the work we've been doing. We've assisted a lot of people in removing their fears through those past decades or years. Or we're assisting people. We're bringing a bit of our energy of peace within a balance, and we've done a lot of work on the inner planes as well. What we need to do is indulgence. Is allow ourselves to be a bit indulgent, to let go of the rigidity of the judgment or the severity or the asceticism and all that, to enjoy life and to be a bit indulgent. And the outcome is the light. We're going to merge into the light. We're going to we're going to become new light. Let the light grow. The light will always grow and evolve. The light is the true nature of the soul. The soul is neither material nor spiritual. It is more ethereal. It's a realm that is the link between the material and the spiritual. And the soul is a memory cell that recorded everything that's ever happened to us ever since we integrated this program. So be the light, and the light will bring you to the spirit. So just continue to call on the light. There's many forms of light, but we will just keep things simple, keep things accessible, and just allow yourself to be void, to be empty, and just see what comes down. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Salut.